Okay, today we were going to work on disarmaments. When we're talking about disarmaments, we can go tantu, tanju, teisen, sticks, whatever. Disarmaments are carry the same bases if I'm going to disarm a gun or disarm stick or knife. Obviously, there's different challenges in those, but I'm going to show you some basic ideas. The first disarmament we're going to work on is we're going to work on what we call a cross setup. And I'm going to use the bunyo, the butt of the stick. Okay, from that premise, I'm going to move it into the guns and the knives so you can basically see the way we're going to do it. Now, once again, this is a foundation. You need to, I always tell my students to do it over and over, repetition. Repetition will develop physical attributes. So you need to inculcate the material to instill comprehension and retention and physical performance through repetition. So let's look at it real quick. Okay, Sensei Alex will be attacking me. He's going to feed me at number 1 line, feed me at basic number 1 line. This is my basic number 1 line. Now this is just the premise, so we're just going to look at it. Okay, Sensei, over here. He's going to come in and feed me. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in like a cross block, take the weapon, and I'm going to place the weapon on the either side of the wrist, between the stick and the rack, and I'm just going to pry the weapon on. Now, the weak point in any disarmament is going to be the oyubi, the thumb, or breaking the structure of the wrist. That is how we disarm. So I'm going to take that premise and I'm going to alter it. I'm going to have a little permutate it to make it work for different weapons. So as Sensei goes in to feed me, boom, I'm going to hit and strip off, and I'm ready to go. Rock and roll. Okay, one more time. And this is even more prolific if he's a full strike on me or he's committed to hitting me with the stick. So when he comes into the stick, boom, make the hit, come down, come into the cross head. Now that premise we're going to use for our tanju and our kiai no maki. So when he comes in one more time, boom, make the hit, come down, strip the weapon. Okay, so let's go into Ganhazushi. Now Ganhazushi, because it's a little different weapon, it's going to be coming forward. Many different ways we can do it. If his finger's in the trigger, we have the traditional from Okazaki Sensei, where we come in, boom, we lock the thumb, and we take it down. Okay. For this way of practicing, I don't want the finger on the trigger because I don't want to rip his finger apart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is he's going to come in, he's going to do the same thing. The first most important is the alignment of the muzzle. The muzzle is where the bullet comes out. Okay, so I want to control that thing. I don't want to rely just on my hands. My taisabaki has to shift and move the position over. Once again, the weakness is through the thumb and the breaking of the structure. Just going to move back into my position. Okay, other side. So it could be mune, or it can be straight to the head. So basically, all boom, and just come back and recall. So this would be my basic disarmament for a frontal position. Person comes in. Another thing, I'm not going to lift my hands. Okay, if I lift my hands come up. Now I have to react. He's expecting me to react. Okay, he knows my reaction is going to be like so. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, I'm taking this. The minute the gun comes up, if he goes, get your hands up, then I'm going to do my reaction. Just my preference. I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want. I like to train myself from a non-passive position. So from this position, once again, I'm going to step, move the muzzle alignment off, come across, and we're going to twist the gun out. Now this is very, very important in twist. I don't want to wrestle the gun like this. Okay, I don't want to try turning it. If he grabs it and he tries to move it past it, I'm just going to change the line on him and do something very evil to him. Okay, so the emphasis is to get the gun out as soon as possible. Once again, if he goes to pass my gun, boom, I'm just going to turn my line on. Okay, so here we go. Premise is 1, 2, strip the weapon, and out. 2 more. And out. Okay, let's take this premise to the next level, and we're going to take it into tanto. Tanto is going to be done with the knife. Same premise on the knife. If it comes in, it's just going to be the same basic premise on the knife. Okay, this side. So as you can see, this disarming, depending on the weapon, is going to determine. I'm going to have to enhance the weapon depending on the weapon. The gun's a little bit different than a knife, and that's a little bit different than a stick, and a stick has its own way of doing it. Okay, so when he comes in, I'm just going to block, secure the, now notice I'm not cutting the blade. I don't want to grab the blade and pull the blade back. and I could lose some digits. So basically what I want to do is stop his motion, reach over, disarm, heaven, earth. Okay, one more time, comes in. Now this is good for a frontal look. We will go, in the second part, we will go to a different angle, different line, which would force me to permutate even more. Okay, these are various disarmaments, like I say, just premises for you to look at and assess and see if you want to utilize them. Okay, thank you, Sensei. Kodenkan.